Hi friends, this is MD Vegan. Today I'm going to make sauerkraut. You have these nice jars here, a red one. And beautiful, isn't it? I just washed it a little bit, that's all. And they keep for weeks or even longer in a cold room. So it's a wonderful staple for winter. And here's a white one. Okay, green, I admit. Inside is more whitish. And I have a big bowl here. Important. I have a knife. Nice and sharp. A bit salt. That's basically it. Well, it could be even more easy to use this. A mandolin. See? I'm proud to have it. This is a good mandolin. There are different ones on the market, but it's so helpful in the kitchen to have a mandolin. I'll show you in a moment. But first I'm going to start. By the way, I will talk a little bit about the sauerkraut and the health benefits and so on. So what I do to begin with, I peel the first layer, I take it off. Might be a little bit rotten, used. It's always nice, because there's some dirt you cannot easily wash off. So I begin with that. Here. Then I cut it into half, just from top. That's why I need a big knife. See? That's what it looks from inside. Beautiful. It's firm and nice. So if I would just use it with a knife, make it with a knife, I would just begin to cut it from here. You see? I hold the char with my hand and the fingers close to the knife. And I cut always away from the knife, not to the fingers, not to the knife, away from the fingers, not toward the fingers. So away from the knife, from the fingers with the blade. Like this, and nothing can go wrong. See? It has to be a sharp knife. And I put the knife, the tip on the board, the cutting board, so not like this. Not good for the knife, not good for the board, and not good for the ears. So to make it smooth, I just bring the knife down like this. See? So that's very easy, and have these nice thin stripes here of sauerkraut. Not yet sauerkraut, still char. But to make it easier, I can cut it in a quarter, like this, and then I use my mandolin. Here, mandolin, and I can adjust the blade, the thickness, with this little wheel. So this is now very gross, you see. This is now very fine. That's why it works. I use it fine, because I want to have a fine sauerkraut. And it's better for the sauerkraut if it is fine, because then the bacteria, they have a nice job, easier job. So let's see. That's how it works. I just go like this, always, again and again. I begin slowly. Oops, my knife falls down. Like this, slowly. And see, if it doesn't work, I have to fix it a little bit, to adjust a little bit. So it was too small. Now it is a little bit bigger, larger. You see, that works? Yes, now it works. See, this works. That's easy. See what comes out? This is what comes out. It's to begin with. The same with the red one. Here, I cut it in half. Looks from inside, very beautiful. This is wonderful for a salad with a thick dressing and very spicy. Has some sweet in it, so put some sweet into it, like a date or an apple or both. And it's the same thing. Just begin to cut it down with my mandolin. So I will have to use some more to make a little bit more of sauerkraut. Here, this is what I have now. See how nice it works? You have to make only sure that you don't cut your fingers here in the mandolin, because the closer you get with your fingers, because the produce is cut more smaller and smaller to the blade, the more the danger comes that you cut yourself. And it is very, very sharp. So you have to make sure that you do not come close to the blades of the fingers. Otherwise the danger is too great. So be very careful. You can also use this one, a little helper, to help your fingers, to prevent your fingers from being cut, or a glove. There are special gloves. I don't have it here now, but they are very helpful. If you have the gloves, you cannot cut yourself. A special gloves for mandolines. So I won't show you everything. I will come back when everything has been cut, and I'll show you how to proceed, okay? See you in a second. So, I have cut one whole head, so half white, half red each. So that is because I would like some variety. There are different nutrients in each kind of chard. For the rest, you don't know, there is something that remains when you cut with the mandolin. There is a little piece that remains. You can always use the knife and cut it small, like you see on the table and here on the cutting board. I use the knife for the rest. So if you have some leftovers, you can always use that. And then here it looks like cut from the mandolin, very regular, very perfect, you see. And the rest goes in very nicely. No problem. Of course, you don't want to waste that nice, nutrient-dense chard that is so healthy. So here is the whole bowl. That's one head. It's a lot. And now, by the way, if you do happen to cut yourself, all you need is to put something on the blood to wash away the blood. Put something on and use a glove, a kitchen glove. So one way. You use it only once, but then it is safe. You can go on working. Otherwise, I need my hands now, and if there is blood, I cannot make the food for other persons or myself with the blood inside. So it's nice to have these gloves in hand always. In my kitchen, I have it under the sink, and in case I might use it, I might need it, I can use it. So what I would now do and use, I cut myself, really true. I won't tell you more about it. It was a stupid mistake. Happened from time to time in the kitchen with a blade cut with a sharp knives. Sometimes you can't prevent it. So here there is a little bit of salt. I have Himalayan salt. That's very rich in minerals, so it's better than the salt that is refined. So I have about 2 tablespoons. I put it on, and then now I have to work through it with my hands. And this might take some time. First, I mix it evenly, so everything is well combined with the salt, and then I begin to knead it, to massage it. And this I have to do that for a while until the water comes up, and I have to do it thoroughly with strength, like a real massage. That is very important, for the salt has to go everywhere, and the water has to come out of the chard. So then I will show you later, when it's ready, I will come back. Oh, there are some big pieces, I take them out. So when the water comes out of the sauerkraut, of the chard, then it can sit over the sauerkraut in the sealed container. So it's sealed, the water seals, the liquid seals the chard, and the bacteria can do their job without being exposed to the air, to oxygen, because oxygen will begin the oxidation process. That means it will turn bad, and that's why you need the water, the liquid, to come out. Otherwise, you can ferment almost any vegetable. Yeah? It's so easy, and the fresher it is, the better. It comes from the garden, and then even two different kinds of two different heads from the same cabbage, even they will develop from the same garden. They will develop different bacteria, cultures of bacteria, because the bacteria are so various. You cannot foresee in which way they will develop their cultures, and the longer it takes, especially with the sauerkraut, it takes a long time. If you want to have it very strong and firm, the flavor, the fermentation process, then you can really not very hard only foresee which kind of bacteria will develop in that process. So that is to say, every single sauerkraut is different, even from the same cabbage kind, from the same garden. Two different heads will develop two different kinds of bacteria cultures. So that's why it's also so difficult for the science to say how precisely these cultures, the bacteria from the fermented foods, are working in the body, because they are always different bacteria, and all the bacteria have different effects on the body, in the system. Most important is for the healthy, that is, that they are healthy, that they have a good environment, that there's no poison in it, and that it is clean, your hands are clean, and your kitchen is clean where you make it, and that the container where you put it in is clean too. That is very important, because that will all influence the fermentation process. Fermentation is something very important, because the bacteria that develop, they are living already in our intestines, and they make a huge part of our digestion system and of our immune system. Only 70% they say is made by the bacteria. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that once I finished here. Now I will go on a little bit massaging. For now, I already reduced the whole thing for a half, more than a half, and we'll go on a little bit. You don't need to watch me all the time. I'll come back in a second when I'm ready. Because I did my work, my hard work, so it took me maybe 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes to get this done. And you see, if I turn it around a little bit, you will see the liquid coming out. You see that here? Yeah, you might see it. I show you in the glass now. Now I have to store it. You see a container like this. I've done that last year. I will show you the result from last year in a minute. First, I'll bring it now into this glass, and it already smells with a nice fragrance. I put it all in here. I try to get it all in. Yeah, you have to do that work so that the salt can bring the liquid out. And then it will really ferment very fast. You can already enjoy your sauerkraut, a very mild version, within 3 days, let's say. Yeah, that is the minimum. You can, of course, let it sit for half a year or more time, as you like. It depends which kind of degree of fermentation you would reach. But it already begins to ferment, and the healing effects are already there after 3 days. And you can, as I said, you can do that with any vegetable. Almost any vegetable I can think of. Everything will ferment. You can also do it with nut milk. Yeah, fermentation is very important. Very important. Former times they used it to make the food durable. And they found out it is very healthy because, as I said before, bacteria in our intestine, they are our best friends, and some people, or many people, most of the people actually have, due to our culture, some problems with their intestines. From that begins with the birth, or it begins when people are born. The body begins to build the enzyme, the bacteria in the intestine with the birth begins, and it depends on the kind of birth you have. I won't go into details now, but it is a very interesting process. If you are breastfed or not, all this determines if you have a healthy guts. Now, so I have to push it down here, and as I'm pushing it down, you already can see the water comes up. There's some strength here. I can get some more in, no problem. And then it's full. And it's good that it's full. Yeah, the water come out, can you see? I can wash it away afterwards, no problem. But it's good to have the water standing on top, because then we make sure no air will touch the food. And then I put the lid on top. Yeah, let me see. Push it a little bit to show you. Oops. So, this is my sauerkraut to be. Doesn't it look nice? Wonderful, huh? So, I want to let it sit for some more time. Meanwhile, I show you the sauerkraut from last year. It's set in that same container for almost a year. And here is the sauerkraut. It's very soft now. It was only white cabbage. And you see, I can taste it. Very nice. And a nice sour taste. I can eat it like that. Wonderful, very soft. The whole cabbage is soft now. This is still firm. And it will be soft after a long time of sitting there. And the bacteria help. Yeah, if you would like to subscribe to my channel and have more recipes, I will send one every single day. And I'll see you soon.